Hello, students. Good morning. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to read a beautiful poem. The poem is A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. You would have seen people misusing the animals, and tiger is one of the victims. In place of allowing the tigers to live in their natural habitat, they are kept in the zoo. The pathetic situation is alarming. So, let's read this poem first and enjoy it. What does the poet want to aim at will be very clear to you after we read it. So, let me read it for you. He stalks his vivid stripes, the few steps of his gaze, on paths of velvet quiet, in his quiet rays. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water hole, where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. But he's locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his gaze, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. After you have gone through this poem, you would have realized the condition of the tigers today. An awareness has to be created among the general public about the pathetic situation of these tigers. This poem has been composed by Leslie Norris and it has got a rhyme scheme of ABCB. It is a 4 stanzas, as you see. The first setting is that of the zoo, where the tiger is meant to live for the sake of entertainment of the common public. And the second is his natural habitat, that is the jungle, the forest where he lives. Now, children, we have to think about, should we allow them to die, living in an unnatural habitat for which they are not made of? Or should we allow them to live happily in their natural habitat? This is a matter of concern which the poet wants to draw. You know about the white tigers of Bengal. They are vanishing. And most of the animals are on the verge of extinct. Still, we do not bother about their safety and security. No doubt, the government has taken a lot of steps, especially by making forest reserves. The government is trying to allow them to live freely there. Yet, there are many Jews in the country, in the world, around, where these animals are meant to live, confined in the cell, in the cages. And they lack interest in living. They just see the visitors coming and going, but they do not take interest in any activity. So, the first and foremost thing that this poem draws is the concern of the common public towards the safety and security of animals. So this is one piece of writing that you are going to make today, writing an article on safety of tigers. Before you write the article, better you write a letter as well, because you know already how to write a letter, a formal letter. So you write a letter to the editor to highlight the matter of safety of tigers, so that the concerned authorities and the common public will think about their safety. And apart from that, coming to the poem, you see the different words that are difficult for you. You should note them down and then go ahead with the multiple type questions. You see the stripes on the body. The stripes refers to the stripes on his skin. The stripes, the lines on his skin. He walks few steps. Why few steps? Because in the cage there is no space. He walks a few steps there, he just keeps on moving there. On pads of velvet, quietly. He is very quiet. No roaring sound. Because he roars in the jungle when he sees his prey. Here there is no prey. He doesn't have to fight for it. No exercising of the body. He just moves quietly in the cage. On the pads of velvet. In his quiet race, he is angry. He's not happy, but he's quiet. His rays can be seen when he turns round at the same place. He should be lurking in shadow. What do you mean by shadow? Shadow of the trees. Lurking, moving around in the shadow of the trees. Sliding through the long grass. He's not made for this kind of life. He's made for his natural habitat, to move in the long grasses. Near the water hole, he can look for the deers, the plump ones that he can catch hold and can kill and have his food. He should be snarling around in the houses. In the houses? Sidling around the houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs. White fangs are the teeth with which he kills his prey. He's not made for this kind of life. He should be allowed freely. That's what the poet wants to say here. He should be terrorizing the village. He's terrific. He's born. He's a terror in the forest. But what can he do here? He's made to live in a confined shell where his life is pathetic. But he's locked in the concrete cell. His strength behind bars, his strength is gone here. He can't show it, he can't use it. Because he's locked. He can just stalk, make sound with his foot. But he is locked in a concrete cell. He has strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He doesn't see towards the visitors. The visitors you would have seen in the village, especially in the Jews. What do? They try to make sound so that these tigers can look towards them, so that they can enjoy their beauty. But the tigers do not show any interest in the common people who come to visit and see them in the cages. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, the stars with the brilliant eyes, at the brilliant stars. The poet here is talking about the beautiful, brilliant eyes of the tigers. He talks about the beauty of the tigers. We should have an eye to see them. We should have an eye to observe them carefully and enjoy their beauty. They are not made for this kind of living. They should be allowed to move freely. So, this is what the poem tells you. And now, children, you note down the difficult words and try to find out the meaning from the dictionary. Anything difficult, you'll ask me. I'm going to give you some exercises. You'll do and show it to me. Thank you. Have a nice day.